What is going on, everyone? This is Double O Face coming at you with a little bit of gameplay from Gotham City Imposters. This time I'm using some big ammo. As you see, I took out my grenade because I haven't been playing it for a little while, so I forgot the controls, so that happened. But anyway, this is a 20 and 9. The game's kind of slow because this was, of course, pre-DLC, so they still haven't had in-game joining, which I just got an email that it's come to the PlayStation finally, so I need to get that patch in there, and you'll get to see new maps, new gear, new stuff. I might do a video covering that, but I might not because I'm lazy. But I do have spring break coming up, and that's going to bring me to my next topic, is I want to be telling you guys that I've just been really busy with finals and doing my paper and everything, my research paper for business, that I just haven't been getting any gameplays, haven't been playing anything, so expect some walkthroughs for the next couple of days, and I am going to be taking a 2-day vacation, and probably not going to be doing very much uploading or any gameplays or playing any games besides my new favorite game, The Binding of Isaac, which is a $5 game off of Steam. It's a nice little Flash dodge-based game. If you guys know what it is, check it out. It's pretty awesome. But anyway, I promised you guys a commentary about whether or not multiplayer... My dog's playing with his little toy dragon. Whether or not multiplayer on games is hurting the games themselves, yet helping the community. Because there's no way that you can argue that multiplayer is not helping the gaming community. Multiplayer has created like Major League Gaming, like MLG. MLG, when people say MLG, it stands for Major League Gaming, which is a real thing. They probably say it, and they're not pros, but there are a lot of people who are, and they make a lot of money off of these tournaments. They go play Call of Duty, things like that, and they're really picky about which games they put on there, and they have their own set of rules and everything, so it's crazy. And so these people are making a living off of playing games. Next, you have YouTubers who play games which are almost exclusively multiplayer games. Some people do make a pretty good living using using things like walkthroughs and stuff. I know XCal does a lot of walkthroughs, but he does enjoy multiplayer games a lot, and he does put those videos up and they get a lot of views. So there, that's helping that. And then you have the streaming community who plays online games, mostly online games, but a lot of those, that's a bit different, so I'm not going to include that in there. Now, let's take a look at Modern Warfare 3. Now, no denying that they kind of put all their apples into one basket. They throw everything into multiplayer. And kind of, it lacks single player. There's some content there that's pretty good, but for the most part, you get like a 2-hour long session of single player, which is, for me, really boring. I mean, I grew up playing games like Super Mario Bros. Like, when you have to go through each level, and there's you know, different exits and secret exits, and they take time to learn all of that, and there's so much replayability, whereas I don't feel like playing Modern Warfare 3 single player again. Now, the story was pretty cool. If they put Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 single player together, that could be actually pretty cool. Be a little bit longer and have more content to it. So, I mean, maybe that's just me, but I feel like a lot of games single player is just lacking because they focus on multiplayer. A lot of that is because I play a lot of FPSs, first-person shooters, and so that's kind of the way that they're going. You know how McDonald's started something, and then all the rest of the fast food joined in because that's what people expect. Well, it's kind of the same way with this, is that you have multiplayer games like Modern Warfare 3 that is dominating the market right now, though it's a bit skeetering with Modern Warfare 3, but I think Black Ops 2, or whatever they're going to be calling it, is going to be the defining game of whether Call of Duty is going to be failed or good. So we'll see how that happens. But anyway, they set the standard. Everyone loves the multiplayer, everyone loves the game types, and I mean, even Gotham City Imposters has a team deathmatch. They have kind of similar type guns, you know, they have the heavy guns. Like right now I'm using a big old heavy big ammo. It's my M6 right here. You know how much I love big ammo, and I get stuck on a tree stump, you know? It's just one of those things that happens. But yes, so most first-person shooters all kind of they stick to a certain formula, and they don't deviate from that. And I think that's what's affecting like the games a lot, because Black Ops was pretty innovative. Arguably, they did a lot of things that were new. They tried things. They took risks with the multiplayer. Some were good, some were just retarded. I mean, theater mode. That was amazing. Nothing can beat that theater mode. And then Modern Warfare 3 comes up with their crappy ass theater mode. I just don't understand why that happened. That's just a complaint I have about that. But so they're innovative. But Modern Warfare 3 isn't at all. It's all the same stuff. And a lot of games are like that. That's why I kind of like Gotham City Imposters. It's very arcadey, and they thought of things. They thought of new things. And I feel like a lot of multiplayer games, you know, even MMOs is another one that they're just, here's the formula, don't deviate from it. This equals this. This plus this equals money. That's what they look at, and they don't look at trying to think of new things. A game that just came out for the PlayStation, it's an exclusive, it's called Journey. It's a really beautiful game, and when I say this is a beautiful game, I mean this is like an art piece. It's so amazing. It just looks amazing, and the soundtrack goes perfectly with it. It's very whimsical, all this stuff, and they have this incredible multiplayer setup where you're randomly teamed up with someone. Can't talk to them, don't know who they are. They're just a person in this world. Now you can choose to go with them, go ahead of them, go away from them. You can do whatever you want. You're not tied into anything in this. You can play it like a single player game, or you can work with a person and just follow them around and do all the stuff together. And it's so innovative. It's awesome. And I've been playing a lot of indie games, and I gotta say, I feel like I should not even waste my time on blockbusters, or so-called blockbusters. I mean, I'm sure I'll eventually try out Mass Effect 3 and finish up that series because I love that series. But I just don't feel like I want to get it because the indie games are just so innovative, and I feel like multiplayer is just like messing things up. Now, if there's going to be another Mass Effect and they focus more on the multiplayer, like there's multiplayer in this Mass Effect, which is the first one ever. And so far it's pretty good, but they kept the story like boom, you know, that's where they put the content in. And as soon as a company takes the content into multiplayer over single player, I feel like they run a risk of having some problems. I mean, Counter-Strike is really successful. There's no single player on that, so you expect everything to be in multiplayer. But when there is a single player, I like to do it. I am not one of those people who are like, oh, I'm only gonna play multiplayer. There's so many people who've never even played the single player for Modern Warfare 3, and it blows my mind. So, my question for you guys is I really want to know what you think. Do you think multiplayer is going to help in the long run? It's going to give more attention to games, and which is going to lead more money to games, even more, you know, credibility to people who play games professionally, and will help the community so much, which will in turn lead to people trying harder with their video games, you know, being like, you know, millions and millions of people are playing this and could be playing this professionally, or streaming this to, you know, 10,000 people who are watching their game. Is that going to make them try harder? Or is that going to make them stick to just multiplayer and that's it, and they're going to stick to one formula, and it's just going to hurt the games so much? Skyrim, great single player game. There's no multiplayer. Binding of Isaac is a great single player game. No multiplayer. Though that game could be really cool with multiplayer. And then you have Gotham City Imposters. No single player, all multiplayer, and I love it. And I like it over Call of Duty. So, you know, I gotta say, I gotta think that, you know, it's either one or the other. You can't have both and expect, you know, it to be good. But really, I just want to know what you guys think about this. I am kind of an old school gamer. I like retro games. I like the Japanese RPGs, you know, Final Fantasy, the first ones. I don't like the later ones, and then Chrono Trigger and things like that. Skyrim, you know, the Western RPGs that take, you know, hours and hours and hours to play. You know, those are the games that I like. You big open world RPGs, and I have 50 hours of gameplay, 300 hours of gameplay. You know, one of my favorite games ever is The Legend of Zelda 1. I mean, that's a long game when you're a kid. Now, that's just what I enjoy, and it had so much content, so much story, and I loved it so much, and I feel like games are, you know, going away from that and not being as good as they could be. What do you guys think? Be sure to leave some comments, like, favorite, do what you do. I'm going to be taking a little bit of hiatus on commentaries, just doing my walkthroughs, but I got spring break coming up, and I'm going to be coming at you hardcore with some games. Hopefully finish up that Rochard series. I feel like I'm getting close to the end, but we will see what happens. Alright everyone, this is Double Face signing out, saying good night and good fight. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, and leave your comment down below letting me know whether you think, you know, I'm right or wrong. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.